I'm on my white boy type, man. I already know, man. Catch up, man. You niggas catch up, man. We getting money over here, man. We got so much called, man. We getting money over here, man. Y'all already know the story, man. Free the guys, man. RP the bro, man. Hey, that one time I fucking cut up on my I already know the story, man. Give you some money, now you gon' forever be broke out here, man. You hear me? I gon' forever be broke out here, man. Straight up, man. You niggas catch up, man. You niggas catch up, man. Don't stop, man. Don't stop, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Don't stop, man. Hold on. Man. Stop, man. Man, don't stop, man. We need, man. Don't stop, man. Don't stop, man. It's the person went.
Isaiah 28:15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. In the NLT translation, you boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat death, and have made a deal to dodge the grave. The coming destruction can never touch us, for we have built a strong refuge made of lies and deception. Kahalam la Yahweh Basham Yahushua, Wahakodash Wakah. Dwadi Yahweh Basham Yahushua, Kahakodash, for the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the hopefully elect elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord willing, starting with those at the Great Millstone Church, on down to the rest that may be out here abiding under the same doctrine. There's only one doctrine, and much peace and many blessings to the rest of the brothers teaching this truth, and the rest of you believers of the Israelite race, you men, women, and children, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians and Afro people scattered abroad. All right, shalom to the elect 1/3. So I just want to jump into this. As you can see, this I'm gonna pretty much title this a simulation of the times to come. You got a lot of people that's been talking, mess about Yahushua, saying there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble. Many of these so-called leaders, which is addressed in Isaiah 28:14, because this book, it literally is the TV guide, if you will, to what we have as options to live, what we're only gonna be able to live, man. That's what this is this what this book is. So lo and behold, you have, so-called leaders in Israel teaching, been teaching for years, is old, it's not new, but there necessarily is not gonna be a Jacob's trouble. Well, that was, foretold, man. That's ultimately, because the scriptures say the thing that has been is that what shall be. We read it in verse 14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh, Basham Yahushua, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. in the NLT. Therefore, listen to this message from the Lord, you scoffing rulers in Jerusalem. Yeah, a lot of scoffing of the true doctrine. You see what I'm saying? The true prophets, you know, and the times to come, you know, the scoffing at the Lord's will. A lot of people not with it, man. But nonetheless, this is what you gonna live, man. And it's been passed down from these same leaders that's false prophets, you know, such as the IUICs, you know, the ISUPKs, just to name, you know, a couple. I could say more. And then you got other camps that's, you know, scoff at, you know, other parts of the doctrine. But I know these in particular pretty much don't teach at all that all hell gonna break loose, man. But anyway, and that's passed down to those that are in Jerusalem, you know, the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which is more reason for you to walk around, these 2/3, these niggas to walk around thinking, you know, they sweet, man. It's sweet, and the things that, you know, they may have heard walking past, they have all been exposed to, you know, to be, you know, for naught, be just for talk. And the Lord said His word don't go out void, man. You know, so you gonna see, you know, and a lot of y'all gonna meet this feat, and one of the and that's because this video you seen is pretty much gonna be the reality that the scriptures was telling us will come. And that's when, you know, Esau come rounding people up, man. You know, now this is for different purposes, obviously, this dude, but that's an example of how it's going to be for a lot of Jakes that didn't think this would happen to them, you know, because obviously this Jake is into all type of madness, you know, probably into, you know, pushing witchcraft and stuff like that, you know, so-called drugs, if you will, but nonetheless, how this situation came up upon him, this is the same exact scenario in which a lot of people who, you know, scorned and scoffed at this being brought out, they're gonna find themselves in the same situation as him, man. You know, the dang military busting your door down, and while you know, caught up, man, while you thinking it's sweet. So Isaiah 28:15, you boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat in the NLT. You boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat death. You know, Jake think because they, you know, made $5 a day, you know, in a dice game or something, they good, man. You know, you was able to go buy your damn Swisher Sweet, you know, your blunt or something like that, man. You know, you good, man. Some female that don't even know how to be a woman, you know, supposedly gave you the time of day. You know, those of you that, you know, might be on the upper scale of, you know, this Edomite society, you know, probably playing sports, probably starting a business. You probably got a little D1 offer, a D2 offer, or something like that, man, to where you think you can, you know, pretty much you made it out, you know, that whole mama I made it, I ain't got nothing else to worry about because I've, you know, hit that plateau of the things that would allow one to say that and will be acknowledged amongst our people as the mama I made it moment, man. You know, to where even when this is putting when the Lord, when this is brought out to you and put to you, these things to not be reality at all and just a, you know, a figment of your imagination, you know, a moment, you know, hence through the Bible, through you walking past the prophets or something like that, man. You know, and then the many messages the Lord give you, you will scoff at that being the case and instead stand proud and boasting, you know, because Esau told you you good. You know, Esau lied and told you ain't nothing to worry about, you know. When they tell you riches profit not in the day of wrath, And the same money this dude sitting here counting, it's the faces of all the people that put him in slavery, man. You see what I'm saying? That got him which has him in a situation where he feels as though he has to brag for money, because in actuality, he's not supposed to have anything. And he doesn't have anything, and he's used to not having anything. To where when he get these particular things, which is of the oppressor, which is the reason why we don't have anything, he will boast. He will be so elated, man. And he will go into a state of disillusion, you know? And he will actually become comfortable and think it's sweet, man. And that's a state for a lot of our people, man. Men, women, and children. So the Lord is addressing this. This is Isaiah 28:15. You boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat death. To where you think if you make it to the NFL, you got a couple dollars, you bulletproof or something like that. You get money, you know. You got all the, the females or whatever. We have struck a bargain to cheat death. You got a contract, you cut a contract, which is pretty much giving ownership of yourself on a further level to Esau, man. Right? And have made a deal to dodge the grave. You see that? And that Jake's idea of this is going to the league, is being a rapper. Is going to the left side and just doing all manner of wickedness to try to procure gains to themselves. It says that, and then to the point to where they say the coming destruction can never touch us because of these things. For we have built a strong refuge, made of lies and deception. Your rappers like Rick Ross talking about he's rich forever, Rich the Kid, a nigga named 2 Chainz, NBA YoungBoy never broke again. Like, that means something. What does that mean? And you are broke. But anyway, jumping to the point, verse 18, and your covenant with death shall be disnulled. I'm gonna actually start at 17. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies. You see that? And the waters shall overflow the hiding place. So everything that you got to make you feel like you're good, you're safe, the Lord is gonna judge, because he's gonna prove to you once and for all. You can't escape him. You're only gonna be safe with him and doing his will, and everything else is a lie. You're gonna be proven wrong, man. This is verse 17 in the NLT. It says, I will test you with the measuring line of justice and the plumb line of righteousness, since your refuge is made of lies. A hailstorm will knock it down. Since it is made of deception, a flood will sweep it away. So he got these very things to outright show you, to prove to you that these things aren't so, man. It says on down to the NLT in verse 18, I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death. And I will overturn your deal to dodge the grave. When the terrible enemy sweeps through, you will be trampled into the ground. And that's what happened, man. You see? And then the KJV, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it, man. Exactly. And that's what it is. It says again and again that flood will come morning after morning in the NLT, day and night, until you are carried away. This message will bring terror to your people. And that's why Jake don't want to hear it, but it's true. You see? Now, what is this talking about? This is the prophecy in which is going to look very similar to what you just seen on the screen in the video. Psalms 31:13, it says, for I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. while they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. In the NLT, I have heard the many rumors about me. Yeah, how it's we're the public enemy, if you will. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They want to round you up. It's in subliminal messages in movies. It's ultimately prophecy, which is being pushed out by the prophets. The men of the Lord set up, okay, with the apostles and elders on down, confirming it, man. Men that's been set up tell you this, 30 years plus, and men from all, age groups, if you will, man, that are able to teach. It says, verse 13, I have heard the many rumors about me. You see, I am surrounded by terror. You see, my enemies conspire against me, plotting to take away my life. And that's the King Alfred plan, which has been updated to a new code name, man. This thing real. What you're seeing about to be manifested through this pandemic, man. Okay, because they setting up these cornerback 1-9 holding facilities, if you will, for those that don't want to take part in, ultimately them destroying you, man, worshiping the image of the beast, man. Whether you are obviously chiefly the awakened Hebrew Israelites, but all of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are the Hebrew Israelites. So this is what this is exposing that, man. Lord's putting us on game. Okay. So it says what? This is when you go to Revelation 12:12. It reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. You've been deceived. The one that put that money in your hand, that fake hair on your head, that bag that makes you feel like you made it, that Birkin bag, that fake Louis bag, that fake Gucci hat, you know what I'm saying? All these different things, man. All these different things, man. The damn makeup stores to where you just think you good. You women, that think you run the world and all this other madness. Well, we'll have you know, the man that the world that's been set up for you to feel like that, it's the world of Esau, who God hates, by the way, the Most High, Yahweh, who's the devil. Who is this devil I'm reading right now? Who's that old serpent who targeted Eve in the garden to get her to die, man? You see? Anyway, Revelation 12 and 12 continue. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. His world is about to end. So they're about to go all out to try to take as many Israelites out, that they can. Esau a sore loser. Our world is about to start. But a lot of people which is a world of peace and comfort, and never worrying about these type of things again, in which we rule. When our faces are on the money. But before you get a world like this, you got many people that got to be erased. They got to go through many things to earn that, man, to deserve that. And some aren't going to go through that particular way to earn it. They're going to the easy way. Some of our people are going to go through it the hard way, which all will be subjected to possibly being rounded up, man. But it's all the part of Esau's world being ended, And the Lord got many reasons for doing this, to cast down these proud niggas and etc., man. But let me say less. This is Revelation 12 and 12 in the NLT. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens, rejoice. But terror will come down on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, knowing that he has a little time. You see? Now when you jump down to verse 15, it says what? And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. Who's the woman? When you go to Jeremiah in the 6th chapter, the third verse, it tells you who the woman is. It tells you how the Heavenly Father he likens the daughter. He likens Israel unto, a delicate woman, man. So that's the woman. The nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians collectively. All right. It says, and the serpent, which is the devil, the so-called white man, cast out of his mouth, which is his system, water as a flood, which is a bunch of people, after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Okay? So that's a bunch of people being sent after you. Proverbs 24:15, lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. And if it's not clear, let's get it in the NLT. Verse 15, don't wait in ambush at the home of the godly, and don't raid the house where the godly live. You see? So that means a raid and infiltration is set to happen, man. And the Lord is putting us on game. Now, some is not going to succumb to them, the attempt they want to make, which is to get all of us. Some going to have spiritual power in that moment. Some not even going to be there, man. Some houses not even going to get touched. But this is the plan they have. And we know it's going to go down like that because the devil not perfect, man. You see what I'm saying? These are regular people. The Lord is using to just play out his will, man. But anyway, Micah 2:10, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, what? Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy. They shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame. So there it is. When you go into this in the NLT, it say, don't say such things. The people respond. Don't prophesy like that. Such disasters will never come our way. And that's how Jake is, man. You see? It says in the NLT in the verse 7, should you talk that way, O family of Israel? Will Yahweh's spirit have patience with such behavior? He tell you this gonna happen, this gonna happen. I'm telling you this gonna happen so you can be prepared. If you will do what is right, you will find my words comforting. Yeah. Because we know why this needs to happen, man. Now, when you jump down to verse, it gives you more, pretty much characteristics of the system we find ourselves in, which has basically been outlined in the Bible before this system was even set up, man. When you read verse 9, you have evicted women from their pleasant homes. But no, let me not even read that. Salakia. Don't mind me saying that. This is verse 10 in the KJV. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Because a lot of these translations, they go off and they make them not seem like they prophecy and instead just history that has happened already. But this is a stream of consciousness, so it's a back and forth thing. Some things is denoting the things that was taking place at that time, and some things the prophet was seeing, foreseeing the future, which is why it'll use shall when it's outright talking about the future, and some prophecies have came to pass. But the characteristics we learn through the history, the characteristics of Yahweh we learn through the history, which he don't change. So these same characteristics are relevant to mention, even though they are characteristics he showed in the past. Well, they'll be showed again because the Lord don't change. So they make sense to read. Okay, it makes sense. It says Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. You see? There it is, man. Now, when you jump down to the verse 11, it says, but Jake want to still be comfortable, even though these things are set up and on the way. It says in the NLT, suppose a prophet full of lies will say to you, I'll preach to you the joys of wine and alcohol. That's just the kind of prophet you will like. You see? And that's how Jake is, man. So you're going to get caught out here, man. All right? I got a couple more. Habakkuk 1:14. And make his men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net, and gathers them in their drag. Therefore, they rejoice and are glad. Okay? Now, What is this going into? Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. Okay, now we're going to read it in the NLT. People can never predict when hard times might come. But the Lord, that's why the Lord give us, he set up prophets. He set up us, the men of the Lord, man. You know, he gave us this word. You know, it's from the heavens of what's going to happen. You see, like fish, and to warn his people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. But they don't take heed like always, man. It says, like fish in a net or birds in a trap, people are caught by sudden tragedy, man. People can never predict when hard times might come. Like fish in a net or birds in a trap, people are caught by sudden tragedy. Yeah, when you get you in the middle of the night, count money, sleep, eat ice cream, and you get your door kicked in. You know, you same people that was put, on game ahead of time, man. Now, what do you think they gonna do? A lot of the Jake gonna get their head blown off. You know, ain't gonna make it throughout the roundup or getting put in a damn facility or something. Habakkuk 1 and 14 in the NLT. Are we only fish to be caught and killed? Are we only sea creatures that have no leader? You see, there it is. They want to catch you and kill you, man. All right? So, yeah, that's what's going to happen to a lot of Jake, man. You know? Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake like a flood, nor prevent us. You see? But all the sinners will die by the sword in the NLT. All those who say nothing bad will happen to us. So those of you that are not saying this, you're straight. Read Amos, Romans the 8th chapter and the 24th verse. Because we know we can't keep all the commandments, but nonetheless we do what we can. Because faith, it seems, we show our works. We show our faith by our works. You see what I'm saying? And that's simply by believing, which is what? Hope. By hope ye are saved. And that's what? Expecting bad to happen, man. You see? But expecting in that same time of affliction, mercy to be in season, and the Lord to keep his word. But these people are going to be taken. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it.
Keep pushing. Go ahead. One. Good? Good. One. Hey, y'all make it. All right, we got from here. Bring him out. You got him? Okay. You're inside. Say, give me a double check on this. 4. Check this room.
And I'm going to close out here. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord. You see, it says, from the west, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, from the west America, over here in the Western Hemisphere, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah shall lift up a standard against him, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh Bashmiel Shah. So there it is. We're gonna actually be made to escape this, man. We're gonna be saved from this. But those that say that this is not gonna happen, that think it's sweet, that don't want to rise in the park, hey, what's gonna happen, man? They're gonna be taken, man. They're gonna be trodden down. When you go into that word standard, it says to flee, escape. You see, depart, disappear. The Lord can actually make you disappear. He gonna give us that power, man. They ain't gonna be able to even find us, man. Teleportation. Shalom.